in today's video, I want to share with you how I literally brainwashed myself for success and manifested everything, including relationship with my dear husband, wealth and abundance, doing what I love, living in a beautiful house that I absolutely love. Basically, every single desire that I had, I manifested. I want to define what does it mean to be successful and wealthy, because there are people who think that success and wealth is just a reflection of how much money you have in your bank account or what kind of material life you are actually experiencing. But in my opinion, success and true wealth is to have it all. And the definition of having it all is very different for every one of us, right? For me, to have it all is to literally live fulfilled life, full of love, happiness, including abundance in every area of my life, including money, including resources, including time, the luxury of time, the ability to do and be who I want to be in this lifetime, in this 3D reality. That is true abundance for me. Because if it's just about money, seeking money, making money, seeing the numbers in the bank account, and then not actually living life to the fullest, that is not abundant life. On the other hand, if you are struggling, financially struggling, you don't have the resources, you don't have that abundance, you don't have that sort of security that you seek, your life is a struggle. And I've been there. So in this video, I want to talk about how I was able to brainwash myself into believing into that invisible, unseen before it was manifested in my 3D reality. And it all started with that conviction that all my dreams are my future realities. Now, call me crazy, but I always knew this. I always felt this intuitively. And I've been on this journey of self-development for over 20 years now, to be honest. I've been studying these concepts for a long time. And as a result, I was not afraid to actually go after my dreams. What do I mean by that is I always felt like my dream is my future invisible reality being manifested in front of my eyes, even though I don't see it. I trusted that my dream is my future reality. I literally convinced myself that what I see in front of my eyes, it's not real. And this was a process. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a process that took me a while to manifest everything that I just told you. Took me a while. It wasn't overnight. And when I look back, when I was manifesting, for example, success at work as an attorney, when I was building my business, I did not ignore the circumstances. First, I did not ignore the 3D reality, meaning, of course, I was influenced by the 3D reality. Like I was in large debt. What am I going to do with my visa? What am I going to do with my business? As an immigrant coming to the US, I had temporary visa. I mean, I was struggling. I had to overcome so many different challenges. But then I understood that all these challenges were stepping stones that were actually giving me that required wisdom. And because of that wisdom, I was able to go to the next level in my own evolution and understanding of reality. Because as I was being able to overcome all these different challenges, right, I was able to see the pattern. I was able to see that where you put your focus and your attention, that's where your energy goes. And if you understand that we actually create reality with energy and with focus, we manifest constantly. And we manifest literally with what we think. And then that is tied to that connection to your heart, what you feel. And then together, feeling and thinking is literally creating your reality, because then as a result of that, you become a person who is living like that, or you don't live like that. And when you are in integrity, you are going to live like that. You are going to live like someone who is, for example, successful, even though you are not seeing it yet. So practically speaking, in my life as an attorney who was starting out, who had no idea how to build a business, who had no idea how to become successful, I literally brainwashed myself into believing that I am already successful. I ignored that there was a market full of other successful attorneys. I, in my little universe, was the one who is already successful. Then I started to behave like that. As a result of that, I was taking action that was different than these other attorneys. I was able to build a successful online business way before COVID with my immigration-based YouTube channel. And then I was able to bring millions to the US as a result of that, helping so many different businesses. And so this was my path, being a successful attorney, that helped me to realize that anything is possible. This was once a dream for this young girl immigrant who moved to the US with just $700, broken English, and big American dream. And that girl was convinced that this dream will become reality. So you need to have that burning conviction. You need to have that burning energy. You need to have that burning desire, if you will, because that burning desire is that energy you need to actually do what you need to do, whether it's your inner work in combination with that 3D work, because these two needs to combine and merge in order to see actually the tangible results in 3D reality. And so then once I manifested this dream, I was like, all right, let's go to the next. My next dream was to publish a book and then manifest my husband. And this dream was actually very interesting because it was all connected. And in fact, I remember I went to Sedona, I had this psychic reading, and he said to me, when you publish your book, you will manifest your husband. I'm like, how? It was connected because it was connected to activation of my feminine energy. Because I achieved so much with that masculine, but at the same time, it was time for me to step into my feminine energy and just stay there and relax and let go and receive. And that's when the magic happens. When you actually activate the feminine in you is when you realize that the power to create, to become magnetic is inside of you. It's not outside of you. And because it's inside of you, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You just activate it in you. And that's exactly what I've done. I activated this energy in me, the energy of love. Energy of love. The feminine energy is energy of love. And that energy of love was then able to manifest my husband, who came to me literally during pandemic when I was going nowhere, talking to no one, just doing my thing. And he appeared in my life because he actually purchased my book and then sent me a picture. I just got your book. And that's how it started. When I was actually feeling like it's never going to happen, I'm not going to manifest him. When is he going to come? I stopped and I went within. In my meditation, I would imagine me connecting with that soulmate, me feeling, being in that relationship, me staying in that vibe, me cultivating that frequency, even though he was not in my 3D reality. And this is the key. If you are able to ignore your circumstances and you become delusional, you will be able to actually transmute that energy and manifest whatever that is, despite of your circumstances. Because my circumstances when I was manifesting my husband was such that it was lockdown, not going anywhere. I was not talking to anyone. So actually the worst circumstances to manifest the one, right? So obviously it did not matter. He appeared in my reality because I was just working with energy. Same thing happened when I was actually launching my coaching business, and I just knew I don't want to wait, and I want my first client to be a 5 or 6 figure client. And just like that, my first client was 5-figure client. It comes down to these 3 tips. Number 1, ignore your outside reality. Because outside reality is always going to reflect back to you your old self, old version of you. You are constantly shifting and changing in this moment. Number 2, what you want is real. And when I say it's real, it means that it is already created. It already exists in this moment, but it's in a parallel reality where you exist as well. And it's parallel. I'm using the term parallel, but in fact, it is in the reality where you are operating on different frequency. If you believe that we live in parallel realities, then you know that anything is possible because there is a version of you right now in this moment living in that parallel reality who is experiencing the kind of life you want to manifest. If you truly believe that this is possible, then you know that your dream, your desire already exists. And this dream and desire is calling you, come here, come here, come here. But what you need to do is to accept it and believe it. So that is step number 3, is to believe. In fact, I would like to even say it goes beyond belief. It's that inner knowing. The inner knowing is that conviction. Is that conviction that you just know it's done. And you know it's yours. You know this is your truth. You know this is your reality. When you have this level of certainty, this level of knowing, guess what's going to happen? Sooner or later, it will be manifested in your 3D reality. So if you can follow these 3 steps, you will be able to brainwash yourself and create life of your dreams. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in my next video.